Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Shemini Sheba, Shemini Kodesh, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations of the Akim, who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by way of their forefathers' seeds, who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akale, and I'm from the JMS Kingston camp, and this video is about the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the mark chip. Alright, and in the prophecy spoken about in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." So the prophecy has to do with buying and selling, and the mark chip has been identified as that device that will be implanted into people and used. And by the way, when it says in their right hand, it's talking about not specifically the right hand, right? Because the word here is dexios, which means their dominant hand. So it could be the left hand or the right hand, you know. Okay, just wanted to make that clear. I heard the Elder Apostle Tahar say that, because, you know, some people be stuck on stupid, to be quite frank, and be talking about, oh, well, if I get this here or there. Listen, if you just take the market chip, you just going to be destroyed, man. And this message is only for you Israelites, as only the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered. All right, only Israelites can be delivered, and this message is only on to you. Okay, so yeah, man, it has to do with buying and selling, and so the microchip is a part of it's technology, right? And they're moving towards a new payment system, which is going to be a digital payment system. They're moving away from cash, hence the development of these central bank digital currencies. Here we have from CoinGeek.com. BIS chief says wholesale CBDCs are coming really soon. All right, so this was on November 16, 2023, and today's date is November 24th, 2023. Wholesale central bank digital currencies will launch in the near future, says the Bank for International Settlements, Augustine Carstens. In a recent presentation, he doubled down on the organization's commitment to enabling wholesale CBDCs, which he says are less complex and risky than retail digital currencies. A former governor of the Bank of Mexico, Carstens is the BIS general manager, a position he has held since 2017. In his conversation at the 7th annual DC FinTech Week, he discussed the future of CBDCs and the role of a unified ledger in fostering cross-border CBDC transfers. Okay, in other words, the central bank digital currency will not only be local, so to speak, to your country, but it will also be able to be used cross borders the same way how cash is able to be used cross borders. Okay, a modern CBDC at the wholesale level will be developed quite fast and will be a reality quite soon in probably most of the countries of the world. Okay, a unified ledger is a proposed financial market infrastructure by the Bank of International Settlements that brings together tokenized deposits, CBDCs, and tokenized assets on one platform. It allows for finality in transactions, automation, and integration, and cuts out the need for reconciliation and manual interventions. The way I interpret it is that it's just done instantly. Because, you know, with cash, there are certain processes that must be taken in order for cash to be transferred cross-border, you know. But these central bank digital currencies, the way that they're developing it, from my understanding, is that it's like an instant payment kind of method, right? Which is a huge benefit to it over cash. All right. While this unified ledger is critical for interoperability and cross-border transfers, Carson says that deploying domestic infrastructure is more important. Once national systems are operational, it will be easy to build other layers on top, he told the attendees. Right, well, that makes sense, because anything that you're building, you start from the foundation and then build it upwards, right? Right. Okay, so yeah, man, and that's what's going on, you know. And then it mentions like Switzerland, Several central banks are advancing their CBDC projects. Switzerland's central bank recently announced a new pilot for the wholesale CBDC with commercial banks, including UBS, Nasdaq, UBS, the country's largest lender. All right. So India is also getting ready. India full-scale, whole-scale CBDC launch may happen in early 2024. I saw that Korea is pushing forward with theirs as well. But here's a website from the atlanticcouncil.org, right? This website is very useful. Actually, extremely useful. It shows you where the world is in developing central bank digital currencies. And here you have the map. As you can see, this is the world map, as Esau says. Okay. And here it is. You have, the launched, those that are in pilot, those that are in development, research, inactive, and cancelled. So you can even see over here, look at this, right there, little old Jamaica, where I'm at. Yes, Jamaica has launched their central bank digital currency, right? And then up here, I believe this is the Bahamas. And all you have to do is click on it. And so they have it, the sand dollar. So it just shows you straight up, right? Then you have the other countries that are pushing through with it. Cuba has not started. But America is in development, and both America and Canada is in development, okay? And over here, this has launched. This is the Eastern Caribbean, I believe. They call it the Dcash, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, Dcash. So they've launched their central bank digital currency. So the Caribbean is doing quite well, right? Quite well for itself. You know what that really means. Christine Lagarde, she really came over here and she really pushed that, back in 2019, I believe it was on Yahoo Finance. I can't find the video anymore, to be quite frank, but I guess you'll have to take my word for it. She did come over here and she pushed for central bank digital currencies back in 2019, right? Either 2019 or 2018. I believe it was 2019 because I remember the following year, the whole situation occurred in 2020. And then all of a sudden these banks were pushing central bank digital currencies, right? In Jamaica and the rest of the world. Of course, you see right there, Africa's doing quite well and but you can look at it yourself if you want to, but it just shows you overall that the entire world is really pushing along with this agenda, the agenda of the wicked elite. All right, they have to build this, okay, because it goes into the microchip and it will be that payment system. So key findings: 130 countries representing 98% of global GDP are exploring a CBDC. Okay, so all of the relevant countries, 98% are exploring CBDC. Okay. And that is in comparison to in May 2020, only 35 countries were considering a CBDC, right? So in the year's 2023, I would say that's rather quick, right? 19 of the G20 countries are now in the advanced stage of CBDC development. 11 countries have fully launched a digital currency. China's pilot, which currently reaches 260 million people, is being tested in over 200 scenarios, some of which include public transit, stimulus payments, and e-commerce. The European Central Bank is on track to begin its pilot for the digital euro. Over 20 other countries will take steps towards piloting their CBDCs in 2023. Australia, Thailand, and Russia intend to continue pilot testing. India and Brazil plan to launch in 2024. We're literally a month and a few days away from 2024. In the US, very important for them to mention, right? Because the US is that top dog. Progress on retail CBDC has stalled. However, other G7 banks, including the Bank of England and the Bank of Japan, are developing CBDC prototypes. Okay? Keep all eyes on the United States of America. But don't worry, she too will have to do it, right? So, however, the US is, however, moving forward on wholesale bank-to-bank CBDCC. Since Russia's The okay. Wholesale CBDC developments have doubled. Okay, cool. So then it shows all of this, and then right here there's an illustration timeline race for the future of money, because the future of money is by way of digital payments, right? Using that microchip, right? And as you can see, from April 2021 up to June 2023, how quickly it has changed from some not being interested and it just being slower to a rapid progress overall, right? You can see that. Okay, so that's what's going on. And then I'm gonna tap into one more article, and this is from the IMF. Okay, central bank digital currency development enters the next phase. Many of the world's monetary authorities are seeking more guidance on how best to pursue digital forms of central bank money. And this was posted on November 2023. Central bank digital currencies can improve payment systems as well as financial inclusion if they are appropriately designed. If not, they could pose risks. While not all countries may see an immediate case to deploy a CBDC, many countries are exploring CBDC, so they will have the option to introduce one in the future if it becomes pertinent for them. And it will become pertinent for them because, the money shall fail in Egypt, and the current financial system as you know it will collapse. So they will all conveniently have the central bank digital currencies, and they won't collapse with the previous system. And so it will just be very convenient, right? Very convenient. Benefits are more likely to come in time following the policies pursued by countries and the private sector's response, as well as the evolution of technology. Okay, so in most cases, it will be useful for countries to continue exploring CBDC. The Bahamas, Jamaica, and Nigeria have already introduced CBDCs, and more than 100 countries are in the exploration stage. Central bankers in Brazil, China, the Euro area, India, and the United Kingdom are at the forefront. All right, so it's all just happening, man. It's all happening, and it's all so that Bible prophecy can come to pass, right? These are the last days of the rulership of the Edomites, and this is their final affliction upon the world, putting people in the situation of a life or death situation, really. And it's life and death for you Israelites, because if you take it, you're going to be destroyed. And if you don't take it, you then do have hope for salvation. And the elect of the nation of Israel will not take the microchip. So we're heading into this time in Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, and that hour of temptation is when your back is going to be against the wall and you see no way out. Okay, and the only way out would be that you take this microchip, because if you don't take the microchip, then you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to have access to the food, because in these days that are coming in Jacob's trouble, you're going to be hit with famine as well, right? But there is hope, and that hope is in Yahweh Shemishai, right? So anyway, that's just a quick update. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, from Kal Kodesh. Shalom.